Hi everyone, Rob here at the Edge Power Sports. We're going to go over a little bit of maintenance items that we need to take care of on our bike. Sometimes you're not able to get to the dealership and get us to handle this, and it's definitely something we need to maintain on our wheels. Basically, we're going to be talking about tightening up our spokes. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to true the wheel. I've actually got this on a truing stand right here. Typically, I'm going to spin this around. Typically, we've got our little feeler gauge right here. We'll set it up if the wheel's a little out of whack. But I'm going to show you some tips on the easiest way to actually tighten up your spokes, get them to a proper snug, and something that you should do on a fairly regular basis, especially when you pick up a new bike. It usually takes about good solid 3 rides. After each one of those rides, you want to maintain your spokes. After that, the wheels start settling down, things start getting a little more true to the wheel, and they don't come as loose as often. But it is a good idea to maintain these occasionally, put a wrench on these spokes and make sure they're tightened. Where a lot of people make the mistake is they'll actually completely egg shape their rim by going from one spoke to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Well, what that does is that pulls that whole wheel this way or pulls it this way. Then it can actually make your whole hoop an egg shape. So definitely not very friendly out on the dirt. Makes the whole bike jumping down. So best way to do this process is you're going to pick a starting point. You can either pick your rim lock, or you can pick your valve stem, which might be at a different location. Sometimes they're a little closer location to the rim lock. But basically, you're going to pick that point as your starting point. Pick that next spoke. You're going to snug that. Now on the KTM wheels, Husky gas, it's 6 Newton meters is what the torque is on them. We actually have a nice little torque wrench that works really good for us. It's already preset at the 6 Newton meters. This particular unit comes with a bunch of different fittings on the spoke sizes, so we can do a lot of different manufacturers out there. And basically, you're just going to start at this spoke here. Make sure I'm set and true. That's that little detent pop is what we're looking for, so the wheel's already set. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Check that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on and so forth. So basically, the spoke that your wrench is on, from that point, you're going to count 4th. Notice it sets you up on the opposite side of the hub each time you count to that 4th spoke. You're going to go around your wheel 4 times when you're doing this process. If you've got a wheel that's maybe been sitting a little bit, it's a good idea to go through and take some anti-seize or some lubricant and spray them in the threads here. Let them soak for a little bit. That way you can turn those wheels. Unfortunately, if you do get one that's seized, 99% of the time you'll have to pull the tire off, replace the spoke, and then start that process accordingly. So these are some little tips you can do. It's very crucial that you do that 4 count, or you can actually pull your hub one side too far or one side to the other side, or like I mentioned, you can make this entire hoop egg shaped, and that's not going to be a very good ride for you. So if you need any tips on doing this, or we do this all the time, this is one of our regular processes here at the shop, we can definitely handle this for you. Like I said, usually takes about 3 good solid rides each time you get back, do this process, and after that sometime usually pretty dialed in. But it does take some occasional maintenance on these wheels. They're a hard item that's getting beat up all the time. You're bouncing through the whoops and through the rocks, and these things can get a little out of wonk every once in a while. If you've got a truing stand like this, works even better, because then you can actually set up your gauge. You can set that right next to it. We'll see where this wheel's sitting at. Yeah, looking good. This wheel's nice and true. Doesn't have any deflection on it. That's just right what we want on it. So this is a very true wheel. I'd run with this any day of the week. So hopefully this helps out, gang. I hope those tips helped you out in your little adventures. If you have any questions, you can give us a shout here at the shop, or you can look us up on YouTube and find a reference like this, Facebook, Instagram, any of those sources we can help you out. So look forward to talking to you if you come on in or give us a shout. Check you out next time. Thanks.